Welcome. It's Psychic Tuesday with Sweet Bee, and we're here to talk astrology, do some readings, answer questions. Okay, so it's been 7 days since I saw you, and it was a pretty quick 7 days, and we're right on this cusp of Mercury retrograde, which I'm sure a lot of psychics and astrologers have been talking about, because Mercury retrogrades in Sagittarius, in Capricorn, going to Sag, and then back to Capricorn. And we've also got our new moon in Sagittarius. That's a bit of a reset button. And it's also a bit of a challenge between our philosophy and getting things done. And so we've got sort of this push and pull about our belief systems, our philosophy about things, our perspective on things. And with Mercury retrograde, I feel like maybe we're feeling like we have to defend ourselves. Maybe we're feeling like we got to explain ourselves. Maybe we're feeling like we got to go over old details, plans, travel plans. So the next few weeks, really be mindful about following up. If you didn't hear from them after you emailed them, they probably didn't get it. If you called and left a message and you still got, but text them. So it's one of these energies where you have to go back over communications. You might find that your philosophy or your belief systems might be in conflict with some of the stuff going on around you. And it's causing you to have to go back and reflect on your perspective and come forward with a change perspective, or maybe validated in your perspective. So, because we also have a lot of Pisces energy with a couple planets direct there, sort of enlightening us about the truth of things. Maybe things start to get revealed that we didn't see before. Now, if I think about all the signs, I'm going to message each of the signs like I did last week. And we're going to start with Aries, our first sign of the zodiac. And we've got our Aries this week. The energy for Aries for the next 7 days. Now, this can include your sun, your moon, or your rising. And it's good to listen to all three if you know all three to get the benefit of even bigger benefit to all the messaging. And so if I look at messages for Aries, if you want the truth, simply strip away every illusion. And it's a bit of a wake-up call for Aries right now. They've got all this huge lunar axis, North Node destiny stuff, Chiron going on in their sign, which is an asteroid. And he's known as the wounded healer. And so Aries are really having to shake off old belief systems, having to shake off old relationships, shake off old friends, shake off old jobs, and really step into their power, particularly by their birthday. They have a very powerful new moon then, and a full moon eclipse, which will be pretty powerful in their house of partnership. So in Aries, I feel like you might want to try to hang on to the past, go backwards, but it's not time for you anymore to do that. It's time to step into a new beginning, and particularly with your birthday coming. So it's some big stuff. But this week in Aries, be patient. You're hearing some good news. Maybe about work. Maybe something's coming up for you that was a bit unexpected, or it's being offered and you were expecting something different. And so the next 7 days seem to bring that too. We've got Taurus, our little Tauruses. Now, right now, you've got Jupiter energy in your sign, and you've got Uranus in your sign, and Uranus is causing, the element of surprise in all kinds of areas of your life. It might be coming at you from a few areas. And the message for you this week: harvest what serves you and let the rest seed. Nothing that doesn't all have to come up right away. Be that Taurus that's very diligent. Sometimes you're called stubborn, and I don't believe that it's stubbornness. I feel like it's persistence. Right now, plant the seeds for it to take hold, maybe in the spring coming up. This will be the first birthday without a pile of eclipses in your sign. So that's kind of exciting, eh, Taurus? So it really is going to feel like you'll have the freedom for those seeds that you're planting right now, this next week or so. And that could be planting a conversation, planting an intention, putting your resume out there, contacting people. It's those initial seeds that you're planting that are going to take hold and start to grow for you pretty quickly. But I'm going to say coming more towards your birthday time as well, so more towards the spring. Okay, thank you, Taurus. Then we got Geminis. Okay, Geminis, let's see what's going on for a little Geminis. You're a ruling planet. Mercury's in Capricorn right now, going retrograde. Whew, feels like, and it has a bit of past partnership stuff with it as it goes back into Sagittarius. So family members, past family, friends, relationships, having to go over old conversations. Your ego is not in charge. Your spirit is. Listen to that instead. So, Gemini, when you're having to deal with family members, exes, people from the past, where you just listen, hear them out. Let your soul tell you what's going on. Listen to your higher self, not so much the hurt feelings or I don't like what they said. Because communications really affect Gemini. Words affect Gemini, and words are really important to form this next 7 days because you might have to eat a few of them later. And I want them to be nice and soft and chewy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, soft, chewy words, Gemini. Then we got Cancerians, and this next week with our little crabs, wow, I gotta say, you've got a whole bunch of energy about to pour into your house of partnership. And so you've got some tough conversations, some boundaries to make, some things where you got to take up some space in relationship, Cancerians. You guys don't like to do that. You like to give space to people, make room for people, but this is the time for you to be a bit selfish and take up some space, say no to a few things, you know, Cancerians, because you sometimes feel like you have to do everything. The word, the message is stay away this week. Um, it's okay to kind of go low, and it's okay to kind of have time to yourself and not have to be a people pleaser, not have to show up for everyone, not have to plan every event. Not, it's okay to sit back a little bit right now, little crabs. Okay. All right. Then I've got my Leos, and we've got this powerful energy in Leo right now. Let's take a look. What's the message for Leo? Imposter syndrome is kind of universal. Don't stress out about it, Leo. Oof, maybe you're gonna have to put your big kid shoes on or your big kid pants on, because I feel like you're stepping up to the plate. You're stepping up to challenges that could be really good for your career. That could be maybe there's someone who is going on leave, or you'll have to fill in for them, or you could be in an acting role, or you could be sort of thrust into a role or position this next week or so that maybe you weren't expecting. And you're like, you know, I'll do it. I'm going to just add my little Leo flair to it. I'm just going to come with my Leo energy. And I feel like you might be thrust into a role where you just naturally have to take leadership. So I feel like, and it could be on an acting role, but don't have imposter syndrome. You can pull it off. Hey, absolutely. All right, Leos, thank you. We have Virgos. Oh, our wonderful little Virgos. And I got to say, you know, your house of partnership, the two planets there, we got Saturn, we got Neptune, slow as molasses right now, inching forward, one step at a time kind of stuff. And that's the energy around relationships. Don't react, be patient, watch, observe, don't jump to conclusions right away. No one is pure angel or pure jerk. We're all both. So remember that a little bit, Virgo. This next 7 days in terms of relationships is not everybody is one thing or the other. So no putting people on pedestals, and maybe maybe soften your perspective on some people, or recognize that maybe they're not perfect and no one is. Okay, no one is. Thank you, Virgos. Then we go to Libras. Oh, Libra, all around your partnerships. Boy, there's lots of energy going on there. And poof, it's lots of karmic stuff. And so this time with Mercury going retrograde, it's going to be real. You're going to hear some old stuff about maybe where you live, about having to move, maybe about properties, assets, things connected to capital, properties, and real estate. There's stuff that you'll have to go over the details, go back over things, take a look at it. It says consolidate your power instead of spreading it thin. I think that message could even be maybe around debt consolidation, putting all your resources together, trying to strengthen your forces by putting it all together, as opposed to spreading yourself out and giving 5% to everybody. You know, this might be the time where you just have to really get focused on what's important and just put all your energy into that basket and to push it forward for you. You got time to relax a bit in January. All right. All right. Thank you, Libra. Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios, you sexy Scorpios. Let's see what's going on for you this week. All right. If you knew the answer, there would be no lesson. Oh, okay, Scorpios, you can't know everything. You can't think you know everything. And I feel like this Mercury retrogrades in your third house of communication. So you're going to have to be very mindful about how you're communicating things to people, how you sometimes get really impatient because you think people don't hear you, or you think they don't understand, or you think you gotta. And I just feel like this is going to be the time not to react to communications, not to get your little Scorpio stinger out and stinging people around you, because people might be kind of weird with their communications. Things might come at you that you weren't expecting. You might get some surprise communications. You might even get an apology that was owed to you from the past. So there's some stuff like that coming forward. Just be gracious. Don't jump to conclusions and wait for further information. Because I feel like in a few weeks, there'll be more coming around, whatever's coming, popping out in your life in this next 7 days. All right, Sagittarians, whoo, happy birthday, Sagittarius. All the energy's on you guys. You have a really powerful reset button here, woo, woo. And so make your wishes, 1212 portal, make your wishes, Sagittarians. What is it you want to bring to light this next year? You can be very focused on your riches and your money. And your answer is don't seek in others what you can find in yourself. Trust your higher self. Trust your own intuition. Trust what your gut's telling you. Don't let other people convince you otherwise. Again, philosophies and perspectives. Stick to what your body's telling you, what you know to be true, and don't fall for what other people might be trying to convince you. All right, Capricorns. Hey, that Mercury's retrograde there, eh? And you've also got Pluto. And Pluto and Mercury, wow, power struggles, conversations, sticking up for yourself, standing up for others, human rights kind of stuff, taking on an agenda, really having your voice heard. You'll cross that bridge when you come to it. And it looks like you've maybe preparing yourself for some of those conversations this week, getting yourself ready to proceed, getting yourself ready to go forward there. And then we've got our beautiful little Aquarians. Oh my gosh, we're about to enter the age of Aquarius, folks. 0 degrees of Aquarius with Pluto moving there in January. And it says, if you don't examine your wounds, how can you expect to clean them, Aquarians? You're coming into a whole new era. And this is the time to examine where your weaknesses are, where those areas you'd like to shore up, where those areas that have never been paid attention to, because they're starting to come into light. And so it's going to be time for that discipline, that focus, really looking at what you're putting in place and what you're healing, because you don't want to carry that energy in for that Pluto revolution. Because if you don't look at those wounds now, Pluto will make you do it. Trust me. Pluto don't mess around when it deconstructs people. Huh? All right. Then I've got my beautiful little Pisces. We're going to finish with the 12th house, our Pisces energy, Neptune and Saturn there, slow as molasses, holding still, making you stand still a bit, and just says, sorry, I'm going to just pick that again. Hang on. Sorry about that. Oh, it says absolutely. You're getting an absolutely. You absolutely know what the truth is right now, and you're being revealed things slowly and painfully, and you have to just be the observer, Pisces, right now, really until your birthday, coming up in February, because it's a time where you're going to go into your 12th house. You're really going to kind of go deep into your psyche. You're really going to evaluate what's important for you for 2024, because as you start to move forward, there's really discipline is going to be really required of Pisces this next year and a half. And it's going to be when you start something, stick to it. And multitasking is not your friend. It's about getting your focus and your goals and really sticking to the plan, and sticking to yourself. Don't follow other people's plans. Stick to truly what is authentically you, what you've been working for, what you really, really want. Because I feel like by the time Saturn's done with you, boy, you have it. You have that structure in place, and it's because of the discipline you put over the next 18 months. And this next 7 days are going to give you taste of all of that. Now, again, your sun, moon, and rising, listen to all three, and thank you. And you can find me, BerniceBissonPsychic.com. And my podcast is there. I do a lot of, I post a lot of paranormal pictures I've caught in different spirit-seeking adventures I've been on. So if you like that kind of stuff, I got some new ones today from St. Martha's Convent, which was a really great ghost hunt. And so I've got some pictures there if you like that. So you can find that BerniceBissonPsychic.com. You can find my Facebook page as well. Let's get into some readings. I think I've got Donna. Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Now, my
Hello.
lovely lady, you're in New York, Nesconset, New York.
Yes.
So did I say that right? Did I wreck it?
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so what can I help you with today?
I just like to know generally what's going on for the next year for me.
Perfect. What's the day and month of your birthday?
May 21st.
Oh, my little Gemini cusp. You're right. So
Mm.
let's explore that. Okay. So I'm going to say the first 4 months, there's something I'm even going to say maybe by April. So I'm just going to talk about 2024 for you. Okay. So some timelines. And so the next 4 months or so, I want you to watch your leg, your hip, knee, leg, foot, something that could become quite chronic, something that you would have to go to go to therapies for. And I just feel like it could be something that is not a sudden injury. It could be things over time. So just watch your mobility, your hips, knees, legs. I keep getting your right side as well. Then there's also something about um, there's two men, and they could show up as like brother-in-laws. I don't know that they feel romantic, but as romantic people, but there's one man that there is some health issues with, and there's hospital tests um, back and forth. And there's something very much about their lower body, and this could be their waterworks, their digestive, their lower colon, their prostate area, their lower body. There's something about this that shows up around a man really close to you. And I see these two men that I don't feel like the one's romantic, the one with the health issues. I feel like it could be a brother-in-law, friend of yours, but he shows up around you. And I just feel like you'd even know about some of this. I'm even going to say the end of January, that the tests and that. I feel like he'll go through it. He'll get through it. And it feels like it's a process for him you might walk through him with. The other thing I wanted to come to was things around money, and that there's a couple of sources of income that's going to be coming into you, Donna. And I feel like there's something really important about something through a legal process, legal papers, insurance papers, like it's through this process. And that there's something about money, I feel like between February and August. So I'm going to say within 8 months of 2024, some sort of financial security. So it's your finances are being secured in some way. I don't think it's a great big pile of money, so don't get too excited. I feel like it could come in even an increase in your monthly income, an increase in your monthly budget. I mean, even to the tune of about $700 a month. So it's not chump change. Okay, so it
Mm-hmm.
feels like it's a little bigger. I wish you won it, but I don't think that's what it's from. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then there's also something really important with conflicts in people. And you might have to really, and this, I'm even feeling like it could be stuff that annoyingly comes back out of the past, and that you thought you might have been done with it. And it's someone right around you. And I feel like there's a woman, Donna, that could be kind of challenging. And you might have to really bear down and grit your teeth and take it, or you might have to hold your tongue for a bit or hold back for a bit, because I feel like this woman could be quite dismissive, quite combative, and I don't think you're looking for a fight. I don't think so. And I do think that it could even come through. I want to say extended family, but it could be like step or in-law kind of stuff that shows up around you, where you're just not you don't want to have to take their drama or their attack. There is one last
Mm-hmm.
piece, right? And then don't take it neither, because but I just feel like anything that it feels like if you say anything that you just it's futile. It's almost like you could say, and it's not about being wrong at all, because I actually think maybe what you're telling them is right. It's just that I don't know. The pushback seems pretty hard. I'm like, you don't deserve it, Donna. It feels like an uphill battle there a little bit that I don't think you have to take on. And then the very final
Yeah.
piece I'm going to leave with you is I don't. Do you take care of people's animals? Do you take them in or something?
Animal? No,
Like a cat or something?
no,
That's a weird
no.
it's a weird question, but you might have to check in on someone's house and maybe care for their pet. They might maybe be in hospital. They might be where they need you to help them with their place. And I feel like
Hmm.
it feels like a bit of an extra burden. Like you would have to help manage their house while they're recovering. They need care. There's something about that that shows up with you.
Huh.
Um, so I feel like your plate might be a bit full for the first 7 months. And then I do think you get a bit of a reprieve. There's a reprieve for you in May. I think May, there's something about, you might even hear about that money or this extra income coming in, because I don't think it's too far into the new year. And I feel like you're really happy about it. It feels like
Hmm.
you'll have more security. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's great.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay,
And
thank you.
sending lots of love to you in New York. All right. Okay. So we have another caller. Let's see. Who do I have up? Uh, Leanna? Ileana. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ileana. Hello, Ileana.
Hello.
Oh, what a lovely name. I almost want to sing it. um,
Thank
you're
you.
in New Britain, Connecticut. I'm in Winnipeg, and welcome. And you have the rest of my show. So what can I help you with?
Um, well, maybe just a general reading, maybe.
Okay, sure. Let's look at 2024 for you. What's your day and month of your birthday?
May 16.
May 16, is that what I heard?
Yes.
Perfect. My little Taurus. Okay, Taurus. A couple of things. There is the first things I want to say is the first 5 months of 2024. I feel like there's you, Ileana, and then there's a couple of other women around you that could come in as friends, like a little group of you, and that there's something about a get together, a getaway, something that's going to be around women friends around you, women sisters, friends, all coming together. And I'm going to say, even in the first 4 months of 2024, and I feel like someone's away and is going to come in to see you, or that they're going to make plans to come and visit you, Eliana, where you are. And I feel like it's very welcomed. I feel like it's a nice gathering of people coming around. There is um, there is something about having to sort out where a woman lives. People seem to have to move, and I don't know that I mean it's your move, but I feel like it could belong to family and decisions about where they're living. And it may be that you have to go and help pack, help move, help make these changes. But there's something that shows up there around that, and a move that's prepared around family, because I feel like they need help with this. And it's going to show up around even maybe by June, like by the summertime around moves. I think they're quite positive. There is the announcement of a baby girl, and I feel like it's coming from a young adult in your family. I will include extended family like nieces and nephews, but there's a little girl who is coming, and I feel like you're going to hear about this, the birth of this child, and this child's going to have an angel's name, or be named after an angel, I guess. But and you're going to know about this. I even feel like between February of 24 and February of 25, and it feels like wonderful news, but it seems to be coming to a young adult in your family, and it feels like very, very good news. There's I know you're in Connecticut, but there is a road trip. There's two days drives, and I'm going to say there's a first where you're going south from where you are, and you could be going further south down the coast and down towards, I don't know, Carolina, Florida, like below you. So there's going to be something about that. And then you're going to have an opportunity to have plane tickets in your hand before the end of the year. I feel like I keep hearing before October. You're going to hear about this travel even before October. More towards the west from you. I'm going to say it, and it might sound crazy, but you might even have an opportunity to go to the West Coast, or in news or invitation towards the West Coast from you. So that could be, I don't know, Seattle, California. I'll include Hawaii, but there's something really important about that for you, like news invitations. But I feel like it comes a bit maybe towards October, a little bit further in. The one thing that keeps kind of sitting with me, Ileana, and you might not want to hear this part, but I feel like difficulties. I feel like there's a man, like a partner, and I just feel like trying to get him on the same page, trying to get things together, trying to get everything together, trying to get something together with this person. And I feel like it could feel elusive, you know, like unable to come together or get on the same page, or lack of time. Like, so it feels like regardless of your love life, you might feel kind of alone, or like you're going to have to make the decisions for yourself. You're going to have to make plans on, like, there, it feels a bit solo still. So I feel like there's something about not able to get some stuff together. And then I'm going to leave you with one last little piece, because I think I got like a minute left, is you have some really, really good news coming. And I feel like it could come very shortly into the new year. And it has something to do with someone's work, their work, or opportunities around work. Something really quite good. And I'm going to say you might even hear about the first 5 or 6 weeks into the new year. And it feels like about someone's employment, and they are very excited about it. Like, they can launch off into it. It's something to launch off into. But there's something really good coming around that right in the beginning of the new year. That feels quite lovely around you. And I want to wish you and your family a wonderful holiday season. And thank you for calling into my show.
Thank you.
And
That was awesome.
Thank you, my beautiful friend, and sending you so much love and light. And I want to send everyone love and light for the week. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. My podcasts are there. My social media is there. I've got some new photos up around some recent ghost hunts I've done. And the last piece I'm going to leave people with is, during this Mercury retrograde, remember just to take a few seconds to think before you react. But in this next week, remember, random acts of kindness go a far way. There's lots of food banks that can use your help. And I hope that you're able to extend those olive branches out, because every little random act of kindness counts. And thank you, and we'll see you in 7 days.